Okay, so this isn't necessarily a video calling out YouTube again, but this is me going to be talking about a few things. Yeah, also, me screen recording the picture of Yuko, the main character of my fan-made anime I'm trying to do. Sorry, not sorry. So, anyway, like, YouTube, as you guys know, has been in a lot of backlash because of how they basically tried to kill the SpongeBob anime. Even I was one of those people who called them out because, well, to be honest, even though I only reacted to it on my Joker channel, I absolutely loved it. I probably watched like that single episode like 5 or 6 times already because I really like how the person who made it just like took SpongeBob and just made him into a whole other thing, like a whole nother thing basically. Instead of SpongeBob being the little yellow guy who likes to blow bubbles everywhere he goes, he takes SpongeBob and turns him into an action-packed anime. And honestly, I thought it was really, really cool. Like, the story was awesome, the animation was beautiful, like, the voice acting, they even had Japanese voice acting for this. And it was so cool. Like, for now, when I make my fan-made anime, I'm gonna start out with an English dub, then maybe I'll try doing a Japanese dub with subtitles. I don't know. I might try, but yeah, it would take a lot of work because this is a pretty long series. Like, I ended it on Wattpad recently with another special, but yeah, even though every now and then there will be a Christmas special because whatever I'm working on at the time, there will always be a Christmas special of that. Like, even from time to time, there will be a Christmas special of Yuko. But yeah. So, yeah, but less important. But anyway, even though the video is back up and YouTube took away the 2 guideline strikes they gave Narmak, and they actually put back up the SpongeBob anime, people are still calling out YouTube. And this should be a really good example for the people at YouTube about how much people love things like this. Like, this should be a good example for YouTube to stop taking down everything to do with animation and actually let people enjoy content like that. Because YouTube has been in a couple phases. Like, before they were in this whole screw you, I want rid of you phase, which they're still kind of in, but it's more aimed towards animators now. Like, now they're in this whole screw you, I want rid of you because you animate things phase. And yeah. But due to how people are still calling out YouTube because of the SpongeBob anime being taken down, even though the video is back up, I kind of agree with people calling them out still, because this goes to show YouTube like needs to start taking notes and listening to what the fans want. Like, for example, like when the SpongeBob anime got taken down, not only were the people who worked on it not only were the people who worked on it upset, but everyone on YouTube was upset too. Like YouTube was being criticized, they were being backlashed. Everything they didn't want to happen was happening before them. People were rebelling against YouTube's decision to save the SpongeBob anime. Myself included. Like, I called out YouTube a little bit, but the video took a while to upload, so that's why I uploaded a little bit late before, like, a little bit after the episode was put back up. But yeah, so if you ask me, YouTube, this is a good example of what people want from you. This is a good example. Oh, and sorry if you guys hear motorcycles going by, like, my window's open. But anyway, YouTube, this is also a good example of how bad of a platform you could be sometimes. You could be, like, very, very toxic. Like, from time to time, I can tell people at YouTube wonder why they get so much hate and backlash. It's because of how they are. Or they just don't care. But it wasn't until like a couple days after that, like, when a petition was up to save the SpongeBob anime, YouTube actually put it back up. And that's what YouTube's biggest problem is, that they don't actually do anything or fix a mistake until they see what's really the problem. You try and rebel against the strike or whatever, they'll just like reject you, and then they see popularity on Twitter or some other thing, and then they'll fix the problem. And that is probably YouTube's biggest flaw, that they won't care about creators until like their fans, the fans of the creators, are trying to save that creator from something. Like, take me for example. Like, I was trying to upload a compilation, a remastered compilation of the Yuko's Journey openings, and all the songs were covers. But YouTube still took it down, and they didn't give me a strike, thank God, but they did just copyright claim it and take it down. So, yeah, and that's YouTube's biggest flaw right there, how they just like do that. Like, if you ask me, people at YouTube, you should be taking notes right now, because even though the SpongeBob anime episode is back up, you're still being called out, you're still getting a lot of whiplash, you're still getting a lot of hate because what you did. And if you ask me, you very damn well deserve it, YouTube, because what you did was disgusting. And what's really disgusting is how you still target certain creators, mostly animators nowadays, to get rid of for no reason. It's unfair, it's childish, and it's disgusting. Especially what you did to Narmak. You just like took down his SpongeBob anime for no reason, and when you tried to rebel against the takedown, you just rejected him and gave him 2 guideline strikes. And that was just beyond disgusting, if you ask me. And if you ask me, YouTube, any response you make to that, even if it were just an apology thing, it would still make it kind of half-assed, if you ask me. It would still make it pretty half-assed, because, you know, like, you've been in a couple phases lately, like back in when the Kappa thing happened, you were in this whole screw with people, I want people to be scared of us phase, and then like, well, really it was Kappa who did it, but you guys kind of did it too. And then, like, you, for a long time, you were in this whole screw you, I want rid of you phase, nitpicking who you want to get rid of, and now you're in this whole screw animation, I want it off my platform phase. So, yeah. But yeah, if you ask me, YouTube, you want people to stop giving you so much whiplash and everything, you might as well just fix your issues. Like, get rid of the bots if you have to, because they don't do your job right anyway. And actually get off your lazy tail and do your job. And also, what else you might want to do to fix your popularity? You might want to take notes on what the fans want. Like, if the fans want a certain something, try and work on that. So, yeah. People still calling you out, like, 1 or 2 weeks after you put the SpongeBob anime back on YouTube for Narmak. Heck, this could be a good example of what you can do to fix what you're doing, YouTube, because yeah, this could be a really good example of what you have to do to fix the issues that you still deal with. Because yeah, for one, YouTube, the bots you use to do stuff, they don't do your job right, basically. 2, you need to, like, basically keep an eye on things, because, like, you practically nitpick who you want to get rid of, and these days it's been animators. And yeah. And 3, start seeing what the fans want. If they want a certain something, then actually do it, and the fans will love you again. But if you don't want to get so much whiplash, then yeah, but if you want to get whiplash, then I guess you're just gonna have to get a lot of hate and wait until another creator ends up taking you to court, because you already been taken to court twice. Once by a big group of creators, and once by COPPA. And if you keep doing what you're doing, you could possibly get taken again. So that's another thing you can do, YouTube. Be careful what you decide to do, because you could get a lot of hate and eventually end up losing a lot of money. Because someone could take it to court, and for all we know, they could win the case. Because both cases you were taken to court for, you lost. So, yeah. So yeah, YouTube, if you ask me, like, people still calling you out a week or two after you put the SpongeBob anime back up, this is something you need to take notes for, because this is the perfect example of a community who loves something, like, more than anything. Myself included. Like, I love the SpongeBob anime. I can't wait for episode 2. Because on episode 2, I'm actually going to react to it on my Joker channel as well. Like, whenever new episodes release, I'm going to react to it on my Joker channel, and probably eventually I'll react to it on my main channel. So, yeah. Well, that's all I have to say for this video, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.